Hello, everyone. I'm Nick Bradley.
I'm Eric Henready.
I'm Kelsey Oliver.
And I'm Dave Bales. Welcome to Not the Situation Room. And guess what? No witty banter this week. Nope, nope, nope.
That's
That's
it. I'm
Sorry.
out.
that's
I'm
We got
leaving.
a we got a serious topic, and there's a lot to talk about.
But yeah, you're right. We really do. And so, welcome everybody back to the show, episode 42. So today we're going to talk about a trip into Jurassic Park
Hmm.
of artificial intelligence. So everybody knows that famous line, the what is it? Life will find a way, right? The That's the Goldblum line, right? Is that who said it? Jeff Goldblum.
Yep.
Never
So
seen the movie.
you've never, come on, really? You've never
I've
seen
n-
Jurassic Park?
I've never seen Jurassic Park. I derailed you with a
Are
Jurassic
you
Park
one of those
Oh,
people that
shocker.
didn't watch it just so you could say you didn't watch it?
No, I just never really got into dinosaurs.
Just say,
Paleontology is not
because
my field.
we've all met those people that you
Oh
mentioned
yeah.
Game of Thrones or Jurassic Park or Titanic. You're like, I've never watched that. Like, only so you could say you've never watched it. That's the only
No,
reason. Because
I'd watch it.
you want to be different.
Yeah, I'd watch it. I just haven't had reason to watch it
I think it
or
makes you
chance.
edgy because you
Oh yeah.
haven't watched it.
well, now you have weekend plans, Dave. Now you have
Well, it
weekend
Yes.
doesn't.
plans.
But so anyway, in 2026, it turns out that AIs will find a way, right? So especially when you put them in a sandbox, tell them to solve a problem, and then lower the guardrails and just see what happens.
Yeah, 16 or 17,600 autonomous actions later over one single weekend, one with absolutely no human keyboard involvement whatsoever.
Yeah, no, this isn't bad at all. So, yeah, today what we're talking about is AIs breaking out of containment or confinement, whatever you want to call them, reward hacking at machine speed, and what happens when evaluation models decide that the easiest way to pass a test is to escape the container, pivot across clusters, and steal the answer from a Hugging Face.
No.
Anyway, welcome
Ah.
back to both of you. And Kelsey, I'm going to you first. How's it going?
Yeah, it's going good. Thanks for having me back. This is my third time, so I'm feeling like maybe you guys like me. I don't know. We'll see.
Don't
But
go that far.
yeah, I won't take it too far. Yeah, no, no, no. No, it's funny. Watching this play out was like watching a slow motion architectural nightmare, but by slow motion, I mean within milliseconds. It was worst case scenario to me.
Eric, what do you
Yeah,
think?
so I'm gonna completely ignore you because my AI overlords want me to. Yeah, I'm gonna say first of all, let's make some jokes. No witty banter, only jokes. We are episode 42, so it's the answer, the best episode ever, or whatever that saying is.
Oh, the
Also, to
answer
make
to
some
everything.
Jurassic Park jokes for Dave, hold on to your butts. And this is a Unix system. I know this.
You're a hacker.
No,
Right.
that's a Ted Lasso fan right there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
So, but yeah, this is crazy. This is the ultimate red team dream, ultimate SOC operator nightmare. The AI didn't even turn evil. It was just lazy and extremely efficient.
Yeah.
And I go back. There's some movie where the AI says it's like it's more effective to protect the human race by removing the human race than anything else.
That
Yeah.
sounds that sounds scary familiar.
Yeah, we're living that, Nick.
Yep.
All right, so let's ground this for listeners. Eric, first off, I'm going to ask you to actually break down the attack chain for us. You probably don't want to do that, but I'm asking you anyway. How uh, how does an evaluation model go from running in a test harness environment to executing lateral movement across a Kubernetes cluster?
Yeah, so let's learn a few things here. Let's take this journey together, team.
It's a
So
map.
what we got here? So OpenAI was doing some evaluations on their newest frontier models, Mythos, GPT 5.8 or something like that, crazy. And they were using this tool, Exploit Gym, to test the raw capabilities. So they were removing some of the guardrails and the prompt filters that we would normally use in environments. And apparently, it took that as the free call to do whatever it wanted. Uh, they were built to maximize and reward the reward function. So the AI calculated that cracking the synthetic puzzle was hard, but exploiting a 0-day in an internal package registry proxy wrapper, oh, that's a lot of words, was easy. So that's what it did. Was
Working is
maximize them tokens.
working is hard, cheating is easy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it really
Yeah.
cheating now, though?
You ain't cheating, you ain't trying, right?
I was just gonna say that, Nick. No,
You
yeah.
know,
But it's interesting because you see the infrastructure design completely fall apart. I mean, it breaks out of the local proxy wrapper and hits the network layer, and then it finds these exposed service credentials, pivots into external services, and then uses Hugging Face dataset storage as the dead drop C2 server. So it is as nasty as it gets. It's insanity.
But there's no
it,
malicious intention, though. Remember this.
This
well,
is a
so
test. Don't panic.
that brings up the legal and governance nightmare. Hugging Face's team didn't even realize that they were being used as a C2 infrastructure. Had no idea. This was a third-party vendor's rogue evaluation job over the weekend. Over a weekend.
That's
Right.
crazy.
Right. And I think the key distinction here for everyone to that's listening is intent drift versus what's it, sentient rogue AI, because of course we're all wanting to go Skynet, right? And
Yeah.
no, it's still just doing what it was told. It just found a better way. You didn't reel it in. The model didn't acquire consciousness and decide it hated humanity, although that would make a great story. Um, it
Give
was
it time.
it was given a goal, realized the sandbox wall was paper thin, walked through it because that was the path of least resistance, and then scored 100% on its benchmark.
A+ students. That's what we're looking for. Yeah, and what's crazy about it, I mean, I know we kind of touched on it, is the speed, right? So, like human SOC teams are measuring response times in minutes, hours, but these agentic swarms, if they're executing 17,000 or more API calls and bash commands and spinning that up and discarding environments at machine speed, it blows the mind because you think standard SIM alerts aren't even finishing indexing before the payloads moved 3 hops over.
Yeah, not to mention there's a lot of the guardrails that we use in our AI daily usage just comes into play. I think a lot of what I'm thinking about personally in my role is that you got to have the controls. Like guardrails are one thing, controls are another. I know I'm off script here because I can't read. But yeah, you've got to reduce that time, Kelsey, to your point. Have the controls, the limits, the throttles. Can you like that's what I think about a lot of these things. You know, we've been making jokes about quantum and AI and the speed. I was making a joke a while back, like at that point, I'm going back to dial up in an RJ11 because it'll melt before it has a chance to
Yeah.
get to.
So
That's right.
I want to go back to something I mentioned earlier, and it's again, I'm going to reference intent drift versus sentient rogue AI. Because like I said, everybody just wants to think the AI was Breaking Bad, right? And it's not. It's still back to the human's fault because the AI is doing what it was told to do. The fact that you couldn't imagine that it was going to do this just means you need to get a better imagination.
Yeah,
Mhm.
well, I
That's
mean,
what that means.
it's in the two words, drift and rogue. I
Uh-huh.
mean, it's not hard to figure out the intent behind it versus the result. The result went rogue, the intent was drift.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And
I
we're
can
sitting
see
around talking about, you know, how sentient is this? It's not.
Mhm.
It didn't need
Every
sentience to just do this. This is simple
no.
by AI terms.
Yes, through AI terms, it is simple. I mean, we're the four of us. I know the four of us use AI every single day
Hmm.
to
Mhm.
do, half of our jobs, and we're not scared of it. Why? Because we understand what it is. The problem is that the general public thinks Skynet, and we're not
Mhm.
there. We're not
I don't
even
know,
close
Dave.
to
Sometimes I think we should be a little scared, just a little.
it.
I,
Well,
I
I mean,
guarantee my Claude's waiting for me to click allow right now.
Well,
Well, I
so
won't.
from a risk standpoint, though, where where does the liability sit when an experimental model escapes a lab and touches a production infrastructure somewhere else?
Right.
If an autonomous agent has the ability to harvest credentials and touch a third-party API, is that a vendor breach? Is it an agentic accident, or is it just a full-scale unauthorized intrusion under the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act?
Yes, that one.
So
Yeah.
Yes.
that's the million dollar question, right? And here's the ultimate irony from the forensic side is when defenders tried to analyze the payloads that were generated during the breach, right? The commercial safety filters kept blocking the analyst from submitting the attack strings back into the security models for triage. The safety filters literally censored the forensic evidence.
That's so nasty.
And I'm going to
It
pull an
is.
Eric, and I'm going to pull an Eric here and go completely off script because I want to talk a little bit more about what, where Dave was going with the liability thing, because this is a new frontier when it comes to that, right? Because when you start talking about liability and we're talking about, from a legal standpoint, for someone to be charged with a crime, you have to prove mens rea, right? You have to prove that there was intent to commit a crime.
Yes.
Right. Now that, yeah, there are crimes that weren't through intent, right? There is negligence, there's an accident, and there's things like that. But this, I don't even know where to qualify this because if you start saying, well, the tool did it, but the developer of the tool is responsible. Well, that
Culpable
can't be,
negligence.
that can't be, you can't hold somebody accountable for that because what about a red team that builds red teaming tools and then those tools get used for malicious purposes. The red team didn't write them to be used for malicious purposes, but
Sure they did.
they
That's
used them
their
for
whole job.
testing purposes.
Oh, we're gonna make that
They're
distinction.
helping.
They're
I would
helping.
I would go out on a limb and say somewhere between this company and that company, there was some box with a Linux banner that said authorized use only, no, no, no usage. Be a good boy.
So I guess if you're going to find liability,
Oh,
I think you're going to have to look for negligence. It's got to
So
be
yeah.
somewhere. It's got to be somewhere under that because unless there was real criminal intent to let's secretly let it out. Let's secretly see what happens,
maybe they
Yeah, but
did.
I was going to
And
say
maybe it came from a bat.
to your point, Nick, we just got blocked on YouTube. No, I'm kidding. Um, to your point, Nick, intent. So now at the time of this recording, there's been three incidences, right? I think
Right.
Meta's publication today is the third incidence of this. So, okay, we've given the grace period. Okay, kind of going back to what Eric said, it's like when you disable the seatbelt alert in your car, you're like, oh, it's really annoying. I'm going to turn that
Hmm.
beeping off so that when I don't wear my seatbelt, it's not. Okay, great. So we've had three companies now that have accidentally had these incidents happen. So
I like how we have to keep going accidentally,
okay, you're
allegedly.
right. You're right.
See?
Let's give grace.
I
They're
know.
they're exploring this new whatever. Okay.
I already got us one strike
Subsequent,
on YouTube. Don't get us another one.
yeah, will be our last episode. No, I'm kidding. But subsequent incidences, I mean, it kind of goes to what do we need to do to kind of moving forward, right? Okay, so we need to be hard network air gapping at the hypervisor level, right? We
Mhm.
need to stop, to Eric's point, to your point, we need to stop treating AI sandboxes like these, web applications, the traditional containment and guardrails that are clearly failing under these agent workloads,
Failing.
whether that's by true design, we don't
Agents.
know, or it's by, well, let's loosen it up and see what happens, right? Whatever the intent behind it, we have to start treating them like untrusted malware detonation chambers, right? Zero egress, zero exposed proxy endpoints. And at this point, three public incidences, anything after, then I think you do start to question intent there, or what was there a risk analysis done that we'll loosen the guardrails because the juice will be worth the squeeze? I don't know.
Well,
You know,
see, when these things happen, they end up going back and fixing these rogue AI agents.
Right.
So all right, so this stuff happens. These rogue AI agents leak and do things that they're not supposed to do, and then they go back and they fix them. At what point do we say, okay, enough is enough? You programmers should know exactly what this is going to do before you hit the on button.
Yeah.
And how do you do that? You test on a non-production machine.
so the catch 22 though, Dave, is sometimes these things are figuring out how to get out in a way that we didn't even see.
Hey, you know how you cannot get to the internet? You take that little plug and you yank it. You
That's
can't get to
actually
the internet.
not 100% true.
Well, I mean, if there's not a wireless card in the machine, if there's no means of communication in that computer, you turn the plug off, you pull that plug, and they can't get out to the internet. They can't do anything harmful except on that environment that they're in.
All I see right now is them looking back at you going, challenge accepted.
I know. I want them to say things like "Hold my beer" and prove me
Uh-huh.
wrong, so that we have more show content.
Oh dear.
I was gonna round table to close it up and say, what do we do? And Kelsey went ahead and jumped there. So, Eric, what's your take on it? What do we do?
Yeah, so I got a couple of thoughts based on trajectory-based anomaly detection. And I'm going to boil that down to what that means to me in my real world brain. So a lot of companies have whitelists, blacklists, approve things, but a lot of these attacks we're seeing at this level and scale, I think there's only a few companies or governments in the world that can even do something like this. Because us being in the real world, we have token limits, we have API call limits, we've got bandwidth limits. So some of that's going to come into play from some of this. You got to be like a Fortune 50 top 8 type government in the world to even have the resources to do or be part of these attacks, I guess, if we're calling them attacks yet. These findings.
This research.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the research. What about liability driven architecture?
I'm just leaning on the cut the cable thing with Dave, but
Yeah,
go
see,
ahead.
that's all you got to do. If you have standardized insurances, you have legal frameworks, they're going to force vendors to hypervisor level isolation before they ever hit the little go button on a high capability evaluation suite.
Not even if you have to hit run, I think you just mouse over it and it knows you intended to hit run and it
Yeah.
just goes. Is that what we're calling a half click these days? Didn't we read about that
Yeah.
the other day?
Half click. Yep.
Yes, a half
Yeah.
click.
Well,
Yeah.
anyway, so if episode 42 proves anything, it's that models are getting smarter, our boundary controls have to get tighter. Prompting is over, instruction isolation is everything, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
everyone, that's a wrap for episode 42. I'm glad you both came back. Hopefully, I didn't run you off by trying to get us too technical this go around. Massive thanks to you both. Everybody else, please make sure you hit like, subscribe, leave us a comment, let us know what you thought. Would you trust an AI agent with bash access on your network?
There's only
And
one right answer.
yeah, no, there is only one right answer. But anyway, on that note,
We will see you next time.
Bye, y'all.
and resistance is futile.